Kahnawake student population is heading back to the classroom for the 2015-2016 campaign, and teachers and staff got back to work recently in preparation. New administrators were recently announced for Kateri and Survival Schools. We caught up with the now permanent Director of Education, Delaronde, for more.
I'm so excited about this coming school year. You could feel the energy here today. The staff are excited. We have new administration. We have a great, combined school committee who are behind us, and I can see that we're all on a common goal and we're very energized. There are many major priorities, but the first thing, I think the main priority, is really implementing our strategic plan, really looking at the three main goals that we have, and our main priority of the three is looking at our curriculum, ensuring and reinforcing what we currently have and developing our curriculum further to incorporate our language, our culture, our Kahnawake beliefs, and as well community involvement. We want to strengthen the French programming, and what we've been doing with that is we've been incorporating that and building on it. So at Kateri School elementary level started to work on a French immersion and implemented the pilot project. We just finished a whole assessment of their French immersion program, and we had outside consultants give us input, and we are so pleased to announce that our programming there is equivalent to outside school programming French immersion. So with that, we also hired a French coordinator who's working with all three schools, and she has been working in our system. So we're looking at sound programming, consistent programming, and we're really excited to now branch further.
So what we're really looking on this year is actually looking at curriculum and actually enhancing our curriculum here at Kahnawake Survival School to actually bring more students into the school. We're working on looking at cross-curricular with our language and culture, and actually bringing in more of our culture into our everyday use at school here, into the science program, into the language arts program. We really want to look at bringing the parents into to the high school, because sometimes when I find that when kids are in elementary, you get a lot of parent involvement. Well, as soon as they come to high school, we don't have that much involvement. So our biggest goal this year is actually to bring the parents back into the school and get them involved in their children's education. You got to realize that there's still a big role that parents play in the education of the kids and that. So that's one of my biggest goals for this year.
The associate principal's position is working more closely with the student population and also looking beyond what's happening in the classroom and more the overall climate and environment of the school for the betterment of the students. Well, like Jackie was mentioning, a lot of the things we want to do is to try to pull in a lot of the cross-curricular activities that can happen so that it's not just sitting at the desk and doing theory work, but actually applying a lot of the skills and a lot of the knowledge that they're gaining, and also having at the foundation the culture and the language as the base.
What I'd like to do this year is we talked about it's part of the strategic plan where we would like the kids to have a lot more hands-on, and so I'd like the students to get outdoors a lot more, taking walks, looking at things that we have here in the community that we can learn from. Also, the other priority is that I'd like to have the students become more responsible for their learning. And one of the goals that I have this year is to increase attendance and more emphasis on punctuality in the morning, where we'd like to turn our numbers around from last year where we had high absenteeism and lates, a lot of chronic lates, so we're hoping to turn that around.
In related education news, Director of Finance and Operations Louis-John Daibo announced that funding has been secured for a brand new after-school program that will be entirely in Kahnawake.
Well, the past few years we've been doing requests to Heritage Canada, because what happened was Department of Indian Affairs took away the Aboriginal Languages program. It was only a small fund. It was like maybe $5,000 a year. And they ended up just abolishing it, but said, okay, now you can go to Heritage Canada, because under that mandate, Aboriginal languages preservation is part of it. We actually did two applications. One was for an after-school program and one was for summer camps. We partnered with the Cultural Center as well and through the curriculum department, and thankfully one of the two were approved. So we're really happy that, you look at provincial schools, they have the daycares, and they pay $7 a day, and parents come and pick their kids up as late as 5 o'clock. So we don't want to follow that model, but at the same time, we want to provide that service and enrich the programming that we have at Goodleaf-McComber School and offer it to Kateri School as well. The intent is for it to be outdoors, is for it to be as holistic as possible, where it includes our culture where applicable. Everything will be in Kahnawà. Very motion oriented, talks of use of lacrosse as a game, different things like that, bringing in experts in basket making, things like that, and introduce it as much technology as we can in it too. So there's a lot of ideas that we've thrown around, and Gnihiros Phillips is going to be doing a lot of the development along with Erlin, the team at Goodleaf-McComber School, and Robin, and then for myself to try to make sure it's all able to be done within a plan.